Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about The Rock going from the people's champion to the people's chump to the people's pisser and the people's late to class. So apparently The Rock is being exposed like never before. Hollywood is getting tired of The Rock. See, this is what happens when celebrities start to voice their opinions and it pisses people off. People tend to like go after them and stuff and start exposing them. This is also what happens when somebody has a massive ego and think they can do whatever they want because they're like beloved by the public, but deep down inside they are shady. And The Rock owes Vin Diesel the biggest apology ever. Because long time ago, when The Rock was on one of those Fast and the Furious movies, he called Vin Diesel out, calling him a candy ass and all this other stuff, talking about how there's somebody on set who's always late and has a massive ego. Nobody knew who that was at the time, but it turned out to be Vin Diesel. Now, Vin Diesel has problems on his own, and he has screwed up so many like of those Fast and the Furious movies. I'm not defending him, but The Rock owes that man an apology and stuff. Because now it's been reported that The Rock has been, sorry about that, my camera died. But The Rock has supposedly, allegedly been late, not on his period, although The Rock has had boob reduction surgery. I'm not even joking. For real, he has had boob reduction surgery because he stated before he's had liposuction done on his pecs. He just didn't like how big he was. However, if you remember that infamous match between Mankind, the I Quit match, where The Rock was wearing a black jumpsuit or tracksuit or whatever, and like it was very unusual. That's because he was about to have surgery. Some have speculated it's the surgery he was about to have on his boobs and his chest or whatever is a result of steroid use, which I don't believe that man gets the way he looks by just eating not raw chicken, but just eating chicken in general. I'm sorry, but you can eat as much chicken breast as you want and pump iron. You're not gonna look that way. Anyways, supposedly, he's been late to a lot of his production stuff. He's been late for 2 movies, and he was late at a WWE WrestleMania event in Philadelphia. And the thing is, he owes Vin Diesel an apology because, like I said before, he publicly embarrassed that man by him being late and everything. And The Rock has always talked about how he's so professional. He's the hardest working man in Hollywood. And this and that and this and that. I've said this before. The Rock is fake. And people are just now starting to see who he is because his ego is getting the best of him. He's doing all these interviews and stating his opinions, and his opinions are not rubbing well with people and stuff. And people in Hollywood are getting tired of him. This is why you don't see The Rock no longer on like all these other movies that he does not produce himself. I've said this before. I truly believe Hollywood started to look at their numbers and be all like, you know what? Instead of saving our movie, The Rock has actually cost us lots of money. I remember it was many years ago, over a decade and a half, when The Rock was like in that G.I. Joe movie, one of the Fast and Furious movies, and something else. I remember reading a headline saying that The Rock is here to save this franchise and everything. And he didn't save nothing because the G.I. Joe movie just tanked. And how many sequels have it been since that movie he was in? And so Hollywood started to look at the numbers, be all like, you know what, like our box numbers aren't where they need to be. We're not making those sequels. Maybe, just maybe, The Rock can't act. Maybe, just maybe, he can't deliver. Maybe, just maybe, being himself in the movie just isn't working. At some point in time, he started his own production, 7 Bucks Production. And the $7 production, they make a lot of money, and that's what helped makes him a lot of money. See, basically what it is that his production will collaborate with another production, and they'll make a movie. They'll put it out either in theaters or streaming, and The Rock gets to star in that movie. So not only is he making money for starring in it, but he's making money for producing it as well. This is how The Rock is a huge billionaire and stuff. Cause he only selects movies that play to his strengths, i.e., him just being the Rock in the movie. But a lot of these movies are starting not to do well. Shazam, Black Adam. What was that movie with the Superman, Super Pets, or Super Dog, or whatever it was he voiced and stuff? These are some of the things he produced and did not do well. He also has tons of movies in development that has not even been written yet. He's gonna reboot The Scorpion King. The Scorpion King is a done franchise. You know what I'm saying? After he starred in one, they started doing direct to DVDs. If you have to do direct to DVD, does your franchise is gone. And he's trying to reboot that now. And of course, there's the Jungle Cruise and Baywatch and all this other stuff he's been producing. Also, with his television shows like Young Little Rock or whatever it's called, and that got canceled and all kind of other crap, right? So the big headline, I'll give you the link to the website, is that he has been late consistently on several, not just one, but several of his movie projects and his wrestling events and stuff. And he is supposed to star in Red One. That movie was supposed to come out last year, but now it got pushed back. And a lot of people speculated that it got pushed back because of like the actor strike, but it was more than just that. His, I think, brother-in-law or his cousin, somebody who's related to his ex-wife, is like a director or producer or something like that on the movie. And it has been speculated that like Hyman Garcia, whatever his name is very inexperienced along with the $7 production, because $7 is still rarely new and they're still trying to get their footing. And with movies like Shazam and Black Adam and that Super Dog movie and like Baywatch and stuff, they're not doing very well in the public eye because a lot of people just don't like those movies. And of course Black Adam lost so much money and stuff. That's the movie that really caused him to snap, because people saw a different side of The Rock and he started to show who he really is, his shady little self. And so like it's been alleged that production on Red One has been held up because the dude who's supposed to like direct or whatever, produce or whatever that Garcia dude is, doesn't know what he's doing and stuff. Also on the Red One, it's been reported that The Rock has been late for over 5 freaking hours and stuff. That is ridiculous, because he called Vin Diesel out for being late and now he's being late. It's also been reported that The Rock, to save time in production, he pees in Voss water bottles. Voss is The Rock's water company that he had. The Rock has everything. He has a production company. He has an alcohol company. He has a water company. I don't know how his water tastes, but he's peeing in his own water bottles and stuff for his own company, allegedly and stuff. And this is pissing off a lot of the crew and a lot of the actors that work with him, because instead of running back to his trailer or going to a public restroom, he just discreetly goes somewhere on set, piss in a water bottle, and has somebody dispose of it. That is freaking disgusting. And that is just nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. But then the shocking thing that I read was about him and Ryan Reynolds. Now, Ryan Reynolds is a goofy person who's always joking, always sarcastic and stuff like that, right? Him and The Rock got into a huge fight that lasted over a year. When they was on Red Notice, The Rock was constantly hours late and sometimes didn't even shoot for a full day. And apparently, these two went head to head in an argument and everything. The fight was so explosive that their friendship ended for a whole year, and they didn't patch things up until the movie got a sequel about a year later. Holy crap. And this is freaking Ryan Reynolds. I mean, remember, he was on Blade Trinity and Wesley Snipes for being a diva, and you ain't hear nothing from Ryan Reynolds other than him joking about how he was doing this and doing that. But you didn't hear nothing about like an argument. But the fact that Ryan Reynolds will blow his top says a lot about The Rock and everything. Then, of course, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, he went to Philadelphia for this type of press thing for WrestleMania. You know, the one where he tried to screw Cody Rhodes in real life? And if you haven't heard about that, basically the WWE has been trying to get The Rock to face his cousin Roman Reigns for the Universal Undisputed Championship for years. But The Rock was too busy in Hollywood and did not want to come back to the company that made him famous. And so when production started to slow down on a lot of his movies because of the actor strike, then he decided, hey, now's the time for me to go to WrestleMania and win the championship belt. Only problem is Cody Rhodes was everybody's favorite at that time. He was supposed to win the title, but The Rock decided to tip his little toes into Cody Rhodes' business and decided to take the title from him, his title shot and everything. It's also been reported that The Rock mustered his way in because he has holdings in TKO. That's the whole UFC, WWE combined production thing that owns both companies and stuff now. And apparently he has some type of connection with TKO, and he has some kind of connection with the WWE where he gets to say certain things get to happen. And one of those things he wanted to happen was him win the title. Fans, as you know, got pissed and turned on him, which turned him back into Hollywood Rock, the heel persona. And this is why the WrestleMania card kept getting shifted so much to revolve around, like, you know, that four-man match at the first day of WrestleMania, then the two-man match between the second one where Cody eventually won the title. And so, like, apparently he was about 3 hours late to like this event, and fans booed him in real life. Not booing him because he was a heel, they were legit pissed and everything. And so he kept his like kayfabe like persona, and or maybe he did not, and just decided to go egotistic on them and started like trash talking them and everything. This man is snapping, and the reason why I believe The Rock has all this tardiness, all this peeing in the bottles, all this crap that's going on with him is because, one, he's an egomaniac. Two, he is selfish. And three, he's just stretched too thin. The man is literally trying to conquer the stinking world. And like, he's doing that in Hollywood. He's in this movie and that movie. And then there's this TV show he's working on. And then there's this. And then there's that. He's stretched way too thin while also still trying to wrestle at age over 50 and stuff. And it's just too much for him. And he can't just keep flying back and forth to all these different countries and production companies and all this other crap. And he's taking on too much, and he needs to chill his behind out. And not only that, but they say he refuses to work a full day shift because he only wants to film part-time and everything. And that is very selfish and everything, because, you know, he has to put in his 3-hour work routine if he's really working out for 3 hours and not just doing something else. There's still debate on that and stuff about how big that man, he is literally the size of a freaking tank and everything, and he's over 50. That don't make no sense right there. And I believe he takes a supplement, some type of like fitness supplement that probably has a little something in it, and it makes him that big and everything, because it don't make no sense for that dude to be that huge and stuff. And, you know, when you look at, if you ever go to $7 production, like the Wikipedia page, and see the upcoming stuff, there's way too much stuff that he's gonna star in, and he stars in all this stuff. He can't do all these movies But it doesn't matter if they bomb, because like I said before, he's still gonna get paid very much. And I understand the hustle, because the man don't want to be poor no more and everything. But the man is producing not so good content and everything. He had 10 years and screwed up Black Adam. He tried to steal the Warner Brothers DC division and he failed big time because he tried to revolve it around Black Adam and himself. The man ego has become too large. He is literally Vin Diesel at this point and stuff. But even Vin Diesel isn't this terrible and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, Vin Diesel sucks. But even Vin Diesel knows when to sit back and be humble. The problem with The Rock is that his humble pie is really just like a cover. Because so many years, everybody knew so much great stuff about The Rock. All you heard people say is good stuff about The Rock. But deep down inside, the man has some scumminess to him. The man has some shadiness to him. And people are just now starting to see that. Like the whole, oh, he hates woke culture and everything. But yet this man has made several movies that are woke and everything, that does show diversity. And not only that, but I've said this before, the man literally plays other races in other movies. An Italian man, a white man. He has even race bent white realistic characters to fit that of his race and everything. Like that one movie where he played like a coach and everything. That was supposed to be that's based on a real man, a white man, and then it got race bent for him to play it. Walking Tall is yet again a realistic white person that got race bent to fit The Rock's needs and everything. Baywatch, he played Mitch what's his name? Mitch Buchanan and everything. Mitch is a white dude played by David Hasselhoff back in the 90s, and he race bent that character to fit his needs. He could have just cast a white person since he hates white culture. Oh, not white. He hates woke culture and everything. And if he hates woke culture so much, why is he race bending all these white characters to fit him and everything? Why is he making that live action Hawaiian movie to depict Hawaiian lifestyle based on that Disney animated movie he was in if he hates the whole woke everything? And he says he hates cancel culture, and I said this before, it's probably because a lot of his buddies in the WWE are in trouble right now, like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has been accused of like assault on women since like the 80s, and now it's coming back again where he might have sex trafficked a woman and stuff. And The Rock has supposedly been keeping in touch with Vince McMahon still to this day and everything, him and John Cena. So that's why The Rock hates cancel culture, because his buddies are getting in trouble. And most likely he probably has a Me Too story of his own and everything, because people don't know, because people don't like to expose The Rock. He was too big in both wrestling and Hollywood, and people kept their mouths shut because nobody was going to believe them. But once he started to crash and burn, then people's all like, all right, now's the opportunity and everything. Maybe people will start believing us now. Like the whole Ryan Reynolds thing, that is shocking and everything. Because this is Ryan freaking Reynolds we're talking about. So yes, The Rock is now the peen champ. He's now the late champ. He is now the egotistical champ and everything. People are really starting to see that this man just doesn't piss in bottles. He's pissing on everybody in his whole career and everything. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.